Hey guys, welcome out to the shop. We are working on the flathead a little bit. One of the things that ended up happening whenever I was originally working on this is I broke off 4 of the bolt heads that hold the manifolds on the side. And what I want to do today is go ahead and get those off, and I wanted to show you guys a good little trick. Most of the time you can use heat and usually pull those off. I soaked them in PB Blast, used heat, and it just didn't want to budge. When I was doing it, I was just using like channel locks and trying to remove them that way. But today I wanted to show you a different technique that I've been using elsewhere, and I haven't tried it on this since I started learning this new way. So I wanted to bring it to you guys, and this is not going to be a lengthy video. It's just going to be a pretty much just a quick little tip or trick for you guys, and you guys can use this on anything from, well, pretty much anything. If you guys break a bolt, you guys can use this little trick. So you guys can see that I have a stud sticking out here. The exhaust was bolted up here, and what ended up happening is that I just broke the head of that right completely off. And it doesn't, for this, it doesn't really matter about how far it really is sticking out. You guys can, I've even done it where it's almost flush. If it's below the level, there's no way you're gonna be able to save it. You're gonna have to drill it out. But today, what I wanted to show you is the easy trick of using a nut and just welding it on and getting it off that way. And what ends up happening with this is that once you weld this on, it heats up all the threads and everything, makes the threads go, and then it is actually easier to get it out. It heats it up, welds on a new nuts that you can use a wrench to get it out. So let's go ahead and get this done, and I'll show you how it works. So I've gotten the nut on there a little bit. I just barely got it started. This is rusted, and having it a little bit rusted is actually helping with keeping these threads nice and tight together. And what I'm doing is I'm going to go almost all the way down. I'm going to leave this nut a little bit proud of the actual stud. That way I can weld right to it. So there's what it looks like after I got it far enough down. And if it is broken off flush, what you would pretty much do is just set it down onto it and then zip your little bead of weld on there. So I've got my welder ready to go. Well, it's out here. Let me go ahead and get this on and get this welded together. And you don't have to have a super good welder to even do this. I've got just a smaller 90 amp welder, but I've broken off I've taken out 2 other bolts this exact same way on this block. Alright, so I'm going to let it cool there for a second. Not too long though, because you don't want it to heat back up or to expand back out. We're going to see if the weld is good enough to hold that. And it is. I can see that the threads are turning in the block now. So if you're curious as to what it looks like, that is what it is. We just pretty much weld that nut right onto the threads, and then it heats up all those threads, shrinks them up a little bit, and then we can get it out of that hole, and it's nice and clean. So I did that one just now, and that one earlier, and that one earlier, and I have these two right here that need to come off. I tried to do that one, but I don't have the right size nut to take that one off, and it just broke right apart again. Like I said, guys, this was not going to be a very lengthy video, just trying to get this block more prepped for putting it back together, and wanted to show you guys how easy it is to get some of these broken bolts out whenever you guys have a engine block or anything else that you're working on. If you guys break a bolt, it's easy to fix it. Just go get a new nut, screw it on, there you go, weld it, and it's done. Thanks guys for joining me today and with this little tip. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hope you guys take it and use it. If you guys are new, welcome, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next video.